New information tonight about the Germanwings co-pilot accused of flying an airliner into a mountain this week, killing all 150 people on board. German police have now confiscated material from the Dusseldorf apartment of 27-year-old Andreas Lubitz. They did not find a suicide note, but did find evidence of mental illness, including a doctor's note excusing him from work on the days leading up to the crash. German media are reporting that Lubitz was suffering from depression and apparently hid it from his employer. So what's next for investigators trying to piece together what happened? Investigator Dave Perry joins me now in studio, and he served with the Toronto Police on the homicide squad for many, many years. And Dave, you've had investigations like this, obviously on a smaller scale, where you have to go back and try and figure out what happened. What are investigators looking for right now?
Well, right now it's a background investigation. They're going to want to go through his apartment or his house, and they're going to want to talk to his family. They need to talk to anybody that's associated to him, and most importantly, they're going to have to get inside any kind of a psychologist, psychiatrist, or even a family doctor's reports to see what was going on with him just prior to the incident.
Now, the rules may be different in Europe, but in your case, when you have something like this where there is someone who is accused of murdering someone and then is deceased, can you get access to all those files?
Sometimes, and in Canada you can through a court. It has to be a court order. The actual psychiatrist reports have to be delivered to the court, but then we eventually will get access to them.
I think for a lot of people here, there's a concern that obviously this gentleman must have slipped through the cracks somewhere. Mm-hmm. In your experience, how many red flags could there have been? Could there have been a way to know about this?
It's really hard to say at this point, but when somebody's suffering from depression, we know that depression is highly associated to suicide, and in some cases into murder-suicides. What makes this case particularly heinous and unique is that it was on such a massive scale. This is a mass murder, and I think this is the way we need to start talking about it. A lot of people are talking about just mental illness or mental health in isolation. I look at all of the things that he did and all the preparation that went into this act. You know, this gentleman had an opportunity to stop. He had an opportunity to change the course. But I think we're going to find out in the future that there was some reason that he was extremely angry either at his employer or at the world in general, and he decided to kill himself, and in doing so he wanted to do it in a very extraordinary way.
But take it away from the airplane. I mean, we as the general public put our lives in the hands of bus drivers, taxi drivers, you name it, all the time.
We do, and here we are, yet one more event that's going to cause us to start thinking more and changing perhaps the way we do things. But I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how you ever control something like this. I don't know how we would ever feel confident getting on a plane, 100% confident after what's just happened, and this is not the first time.
All right, Dave Perry, thanks very much.
Always a pleasure.